Hello, I'm Tanya Penner, and I'd like to welcome you to my Gifts to Students or Staff slide presentation for EDL 854 Module 11. The standards I used for this assignment were EI 1B and ISTE 4D. Gifts to students, there are basically two different categories. The first one is fundraising incentives. These gifts should be limited to those who participated in the event. The gifts should be age appropriate, and they cannot affect the profitability of the event, as they are paid for with fundraising profit from it. The gifts also need to be equitable. One class can't get better prizes or gifts than another. One class can't get pencils and another class get iPads. I realize that's an extreme example, but you get the point. The other category is special achievement. These gifts should be nominal in value and again age appropriate. And a little differently, these can be paid for from the general fund, donations from businesses, the parent fund, or in the case of sports awards, they can be paid for from the athletic fund. Gifts to staff, there are basically three categories. The first one is special occasions, such as the birth of a child or a wedding. And they need to be reasonably priced. So no matter how good your teacher is, they cannot have that new car. These gifts need to be paid for with what the text called Staff Remembrance Fund. Now these are funded by dues, donations, or money raised specifically by the staff. It's managed by a committee. And there are written procedures that need to be reviewed at least once a year. The second is fundraising incentives. And like for the students, these are limited to those who participated in the event, and it cannot affect the profitability of the event. Now the third category is all staff gifts. These are token gifts, such as things you give teachers at the beginning of the year or during Teacher Appreciation Week. You use funds that are generated by the staff. The percentage of profit from funds raised by staff during school-wide fundraisers may be spent on the staff. Now what this means is, for instance, Picture Day. All teachers have their pictures taken. If a teacher chooses to purchase a package and those packages purchased by teachers are 1% of the profit in that fundraiser, then that 1% can be spent on staff. You may be able to use money from the general fund if the gifts are inexpensive and useful in the classroom. For this, you have to follow your district guidelines. Now, cash or equivalent items such as gift cards that can be redeemed for cash have to be added to the W-2 of the staff member and taxed. So it's best to keep the gifts tangible and inexpensive. Some words of wisdom that I saw in the text that really kind of hit me were, when giving gifts, remember to keep the public opinion in mind. You do not want to give the impression that school money is being spent recklessly. And I think that's something very important to take to heart, especially in this day and age when there are so many issues with funding at schools. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch my video, and I hope it was beneficial for you.